Table toppers Nice travel to mid-table Metz without the services of maverick Mario Balotelli, but Anthony Plea continued to prove Nice are more than just one player. However, Johan Cardinal produced a sin to allow Metz to score for the first time in 3 matches. Georges Nanjek rewarded for his persistence. Yet that joy was short-lived. 7 minutes before the break, Nice awarded a penalty. Plea took the responsibility and scored from the spot for the first time in his career. But the introduction of Javi Diallo made an instant impact, just 23 seconds on the pitch and squaring at 2 apiece with the 21-year-old's first top-flight goal. Nice weren't to be denied though, Plea in behind again and claiming a maiden Ligue 1 hat-trick. And in stoppage time, Wayland Cyprien smashed home to end the contest. 4-2, and Nice maintain a 4-point advantage at the top. It looked early on as if Monaco may fall further off the pace. Ryad BOUDEBOUZ with a 9th minute opener. Daniel Subasic setting up, then jumping behind his wall, leaving the Algerians' free kick to nestle into the net unabated. But Montpellier couldn't contain teenager Kylian MBAPPE. Radamel FALCAO scoring from the spot in his first game after a 5-match absence. Level at the break, but barely 5 minutes after the restart, and young sensation MBAPPE nodded Monaco into the lead for the first time. Yet they were pegged back as BOUDEBOUZ claimed a first brace since playing for Sochaux 5 years ago, that from 12 yards. However, parity didn't last long. JEMERSON sneaking in at the far post to grab his first since arriving from Brazil. And after replacing FALCAO, Valère Germain headed home Mbappe's cross for 4-2. Montpellier unable to close the floodgates and panicky in defence. That only made matters worse. Hilton's header, Geoffrey Jourdain's flap left Thomas Lemar with the time to clinically score his 4th of the season, 1 short of last season's tally already. And a minute after entering the fray, Adama Traoré wrapped up a 6-2 win, the first 6-goal haul at home since 2003, up to 2nd. And that's where the Principality remain after PSG failed to break down a stubborn and committed Marseille side. Maxwell unable to hit the target. The champions had scored an average 3.4 goals in their last 8 home games, but struggled for clear-cut chances. One did come their way though, but it fell to an out-of-sorts Edison Cavani, Uruguayan likely to have nightmares about that miss. The Classique failed to live up to the hype, but new OM owner Frank McCourt and coach Rudy Garcia leaving with a job well done. They may have failed to muster a single shot, but they left with a morale-boosting point. Toulouse could have drawn level on points with the champions, but missed the opportunity, despite Angers' Mathieu Michel almost giving them a helping hand. Sco could have won it themselves, but found Albin Lafont in determined form, as both keepers ended with a clean sheet. Lyon had suffered 4 defeats in their last 5, but looked to be back on track at home to Guingamp. Alexander Lacazette made up for his penalty miss against Juventus in the Champions League in midweek to fire OL ahead. But in the cliched game of 2 halves, Guingamp came to life in the second period. Former Lyon favourite Jimmy Briand causing panic before he showed the composure to allow Yanis Salibur to equalise. Briand again heavily involved as the visitors grabbed the lead, picking out Marcus Coco at the second attempt. And the 20-year-old found it too easy to waltz through to seal a 3-1 win. The first time in 35 years Lyon have led at half-time at home and gone on to lose the match. Nantes took the lead for the first time at home to Rennes since 2009 in their 75th derby meeting. Emiliano Sala giving them the lead. But the introduction of Kamil Grosicki turned it in the visitors' favour. Paul Georges Ntep cutting back. The Polish international comfortably beating Rémi Rieu. Nantes furious that a quick free kick from Adrien Thomasson was blocked by Giovanni Sio, but Ntep and Grosicki showed no mercy as the pair combined to give the Breton bragging rights to Rennes. Saint-Etienne have now gone 16 consecutive league matches without scoring a first-half goal, but one early in the second half gave them the lead at struggling Caen. Henri Xavier in the right place to volley home. Stéphane Ruffier was able to celebrate his 200th Ligue 1 appearance for Le Vert with a clean sheet, and when Jordan Vereto's rocket beat Rémi Vercutre, it sealed a valuable 2-0 win. Jeremy Menez brought a moment of quality that had sorely been lacking for Bordeaux as he gave them a second-half lead over Nantes. But the visitors rescued a deserved point, Anthony Coura netting his first Ligue 1 goal as Nantes climbed off the foot of the table on goal difference. Dijon left it late but found a priceless winner. Jordan Lotti is stooping to down Lorient, which later cost Sylvain Ripoll his job. Lille came into week 10 in the relegation zone and 3 points behind visitors Bastia, but Sébastien Cochet's free kick looked to wipe out that difference. That looked confirmed when Eder popped up at the perfect moment to tap in to an empty net. Well, Bastia did pull one goal back, a cracker from Sadi Diallo, but Lille held on for a vital win. 29 goals over week 10, in fact the same amount of goals Monaco have scored this season, the first to do so in Ligue 1 over 10 games in the 21st century. Just the two goalless affairs in Angers and Paris. So Nice remain top of the pack with Monaco their closest challengers after PSG's slip up in Le Classique. Toulouse are 2 points off the podium but just 3 points separate 4th from 8th. Lorient hit rock bottom, prompting them to say goodbye to Sylvain Ripoll. The former player for the club spent 11 years as assistant to coach Christian Gourcuff before taking over in 2014. The Bretons and Nantes are 4 adrift of safety. The Coupe de la Ligue takes up some teams' time during midweek before PSG can try and bounce back at Lille. Monaco can move to within a point of the summit with a win at Saint-Etienne before Nice kick off on Sunday against Nantes.